Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel, Lazy Cat Reactions. This is episode 13 of season 9, Risky Business. A visit from Tim's ex-girlfriend shifts his perspective on his current relationship. Amy and Cass try to save a racehorse with a serious condition. Tim's ex-girlfriend. Miranda? Janice? I'm thinking Miranda, because it says a visit from Tim's ex-girlfriend shifts his perspective on his current relationship. Well, Miranda I think would be the one to shift it, because he has a son. So that's what I'm guessing. And it doesn't necessarily mean that she would be visiting to say, hey, I want to get back with you, especially since she got remarried. But it could be that she wants to come visit him to talk about Shane. Which would be good, because Shane has pretty much all but disappeared. You know, we've heard him mentioned like once or twice, but like he wasn't even at Amy and Ty's wedding. And you think he would have been because he's their brother or half-brother. You know, they made a reference to Mallory, they made a reference to Ty's parents, but why was there no reference to Shane? So, like I said, one thing I like with the show is how they do follow up on stories from years ago, but unfortunately there are also plot lines that they haven't followed up on. Like whatever happened to Lobo or Max. You know, we heard from Peter that Max was sick, but then there was no follow-up. Did Max get his treatment? Did he die? You know, what happened with that? What happened to Lobo? Lobo was there, you know, he was what, Mr. Hanley's dog. He was in for a couple episodes and then he was gone. And then they had Remy. You know? Now Remy, I believe, is Amber Marshall's dog. I think I saw something about that. So it makes sense that Remy would be there because she's Amber Marshall's dog. But yeah, I mean, what was the explanation about Lobo? And Shane. Are we ever going to see him again? He has not met Georgie. He might want to meet Georgie. I think they're probably, what, about the same age? So that's why I'm kind of hoping this is Miranda coming back. Because, I mean, really, if it's Janice, why? Business deal? There's really no reason for that. But we'll find out. Let's get started. What this could do.
You know, I knew you lost money on track, but never thought I'd see the day where Tim Fleming was waiting on tables.
He owns the place.
I own the place. Just have to get these things.
Who's Janice? What? Janice, you know who that is?
Oh,
Because your dad introduced her as his business associate, but no, anybody matched him yet. Business associate.
so Janice was here?
What kind of business did they do together?
Yeah.
Katie.
I don't know why I thought you'd be any different.
I don't.
I'm guessing Katie, maybe? Because you saw her messing around with the phone. It looked like she was messing around with Jack's, but maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was messing around with Georgie's phone. You know, the thing, Janice is getting upset about being called a business associate, and it's like, well, you were. He doesn't necessarily have to acknowledge that you are an ex. I mean, is that how you would want to be referred to? This is Janice, Tim's ex-girlfriend. Or, this is Janice, Tim's former business associate and former jockey. I mean, I think I would want the professional title. Not to be known as an ex-girlfriend, personally. So, I think she was being jealous for no reason, personally. And Lisa was talking about Jack hiring help, and I couldn't quite understand him. He said not even maybe, but then he was like making some calls, and I was thinking, okay, not even maybe. So does that mean you're not gonna hire help, or you're gonna hire help? I couldn't quite understand that. I'm guessing it meant he was gonna hire help, which would be unusual for Jack because he's so damn stubborn. I like, though, referred to Lisa as his beautiful wife. They're making their relationship work. I mean, I'm sure it's probably hard, you know, with them each having their own house, but they make it work. You know, sometimes she's at his place, sometimes he's at hers. They were talking about going away to Arizona. So he has opened up a bit, you know, and allowed stuff. But he's had to make himself do that to keep Lisa. Here we go. Back on the racetrack. I'm guessing that's Amy. Yep, considering that's Miranda, so yeah, that'd be Amy. That's nice, holding the door for her. Just like a gentleman. And he doesn't. You retire him. You put him out in a field and let him live the rest of his life doing what he wants to do. You never put him down. This is what I don't like about Jazz. Is that she's very no-nonsense and a bitch, you know, like she said to Cassie, you know, like, how old are you, 12? And it's like, what does her age matter? You know? Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes age doesn't mean shit. You know, like she had mentioned about the training or something that she had. It's like, yeah, does your vet have that? Just because your vet might be older and has been in the field longer doesn't mean he or she has seen everything. So, and if it is wobblers, you don't have to put them down. You retire them. That's what I would have said if I were Amy. If she had said that to me, I would have said, no, you retire him. You put him out to the field. You let him live the rest of his life. The only way Cassie's going to know for sure, of course, is taking a test. And in terms of danger, you didn't have to put him down, as I said. Just put him out to pasture, put him out to stud. Let him live the rest of his life eating grass and enjoying his retirement. That's all you have to do. So, Caleb is going to be a father. Good for him. You know, it's funny because this show, I've commented about this show doesn't really do too much in terms of sex. You know, like we don't really see them really implying it. We kind of did a little bit at the end of season 8 with the wedding when we saw Ty and Amy, like, you know, shut the barn doors, you know, and the camera panned back. So then obviously we knew at that point they were having their night. But other than that, you know, there's the occasional reference to, like, maybe being pregnant, or like when Lou thought she was back a while ago. So there's that. But the show is a little different in the fact that there really isn't that much showing it. You know, like I said, like we don't really see like Ty and Amy having time where you see the two of them just kind of move into a room as you see them removing clothes and shutting the door. I mean, obviously at that point you'd know too. So that's kind of interesting that like they don't show and make it obvious, but then you'll have something like Cassie here saying that she might be pregnant. Because obviously when she says it, you realize, okay, she and Caleb have had sex, but yet they don't, show like the two of them like proving it to the audience. So it's just kind of different, kind of unusual in that sense. Not in a bad way, but yeah, kind of unusual. Just go get a test.
It's not doing anything.
The pharmacist said the test takes at least 3 minutes. I set an alarm on my phone.
Best time to test is the morning though.
Well, 3 minutes might as well be an eternity.
Do you want some tea?
Do you have any wine? You're right. What time to call you?
There you go.
Time's up?
Yeah.
And you can test any time, but the first thing in the morning is the best, so.
His name's Oakridge. So far this season alone, he's had 6 starts, 2 firsts, 3 seconds, and 1 third.
He's not. It kills me to do this, Amy.
Then don't put him
How
down.
can I mortgage my entire life on a horse who might never race again? I'm sorry.
If he's more than just business, don't put him down.
Thank you.
I will say I am pleased to see that Cassie isn't exactly happy, at least at first, about being pregnant. I'm sure she'll be fine about it. But it's nice to see, because too many times on these shows they promote women getting pregnant and having children. And not every woman wants that. I myself don't want that. I'm child free. So it's nice to see, at least at first, she's seeing that she's pregnant and just kind of being numb about it and not over the moon. Started to see that in a couple of pregnancy commercials where, when they're testing for like the Clear Blue or First Step or whatever the hell it is, First Response, where, like I said, they're starting, where you will see, like, maybe it's a negative result and they're happy, or it's a positive result and they're not happy. And I do think that they should promote that more. I know some people probably think, well, if they promote that, they won't sell them. But that's not true, because some people, maybe they do want kids, but they want them later. So it might work to their advantage to have a commercial where a woman has a negative result and says, hey, later. Or you'll still sell it if you show some people who don't want kids and they get like a negative result. Or they get a positive result and the woman gets upset. I mean, they're still going to sell the tests anyways, regardless. So it doesn't really matter, they're like, oh, you have to sell a positive image. Well, no, actually you don't. Sometimes the positive image of a woman not being pregnant will sell it. So it is good to see that that's kind of changing a little bit. For those women who want kids, awesome, go for it. But it's nice to see, at least with some characters, that maybe it's not necessarily something they want. Or to have characters who are child-free. If we're going to talk about representation in everything, then let's have representation for child-free people. Child-free men and child-free women. So this could be a good thing with Cassie. I mean, like I said, I'm sure she's later going to be happy about it and whatnot. But it was good to see at least the initial response wasn't joy.
Thinking of leaving without saying goodbye?
Bye, Tim.
Talked to Amy, she filled me in on all the details. So, I spoke to the local vet, Scott. You know Scott. He's willing to give you a heck of a deal on the surgery. You just call him.
Tim, You don't understand. My husband and I were pinning all our hopes on Pedro this sibling. The reason he flew home.
So you're gonna punish him by putting him down because he has this wobblers.
Pedro was out.
I was gonna say, don't let Casey go, you know? She talked about the 20 years she spent with Hank and she wants to be on her own. Okay. So continue what you're doing, where you guys are together, but what are you doing,
Take
Tim?
long to install.
Hey, can I offer you a beer or something?
Have I ever said no for a year?
Here you go. I'm gonna be down the barn, so just holler if you need me.
He's gonna find the test. Is he gonna think it's Amy?
Oh, wow. Amy's pregnant.
Oh, not yet. I know Amy will get pregnant, but she's not pregnant yet. So, seeing that, obviously obviously it makes sense that he would think it would be Amy, even though it's not. I think anyone would make that assumption. So it's gonna be great, you know, to find out about when he finds out that it's Cassie. But as soon as he finds out, I wonder if he's going to be happy. I think he will be. I think he'll be happy about it. And, you know, they were talking about Llama Boy, and I'm like, yeah, see, they were all like, hey, we voted for you. And it's like, yeah, because he showed himself to be funny, that he can laugh at himself. And a lot of times, that's what people want to see. It gave them a new vision, new perspective on Adam, you know, instead of just being this tight-ass smart kid, he showed this other side. And like Janice says, it worked to his advantage, which is what I said, you know. He's all upset about the video, and I said that even before Janice did it, as I was like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, sometimes even if you end up laughing at someone, you respect them and vote for them because they made you laugh. And laughter can be powerful. That's why there's comedians. That's why they talk about stuff to make you laugh, because laughter is contagious and it can be very powerful. My husband says that cats hate it when you laugh at them. And I always say, well, then they shouldn't do stuff that make us laugh at them. But basically they are nature's clowns, you know, because they do stuff that makes you laugh at them. And they might hate it, but if they hate it, then they shouldn't do it. But at the same time, it's endearing. Thank you for joining me for this reaction. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell to be alerted of future Heartland reactions. If you can, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and support me on Buy Me a Coffee if you can. I'll see you next time. Bye.